Hey, what's up everybody? This is Philip 2.0 and I'm talking about my top 5 what the F moments of X-Men. I'm not talking about that terrible movie, I'm talking about the 90s cartoon. The X-Men cartoon from the 90s played an important part of our lives. Watching the X-Men every Saturday made me get into comic books. But as an adult, you don't realize how messed up the cartoon really is. I'm not talking about the universe they live in, we all know that. I'm talking about the terrible sizing issues with the characters and bad dialogue and bad edits and color corrections. On that note, here are my top 5 what the F X-Men moments.
5.
Time Fugitives.
Computer, analyze for Bishop's aura residue.
Wait, what the hell did Cable just say? He was looking for Bishop's aura residue? Let's stop for a minute and just think about this. We all know Bishop had that beautiful silky blue hair, and every time I think of his hair, I think about Soul Glow.
Just let your soul, baby, feeling oh so silky smooth.
That's right, Eddie Murphy's classic Coming to America. So basically, Cable was looking for Bishop's Jerry Curl Juice residue. Pure comedy. In that same episode, Cable teleported through a telephone booth, which I didn't know he could do, then says the most predictable one-liner.
Time to reach out and touch someone.
What the fuck were they thinking with that terrible dialogue? It's so cliche. Then he kidnaps Wolverine and escapes to a seedy motel, then knocks him unconscious and wakes him up by throwing water on him. The size of the water was just insane. How in the hell does a little glass of water wet up his entire costume? Jesus.
I've got more important things in mind.
4.
Why would Wolverine just leave without telling anyone?
So, this episode is funny as all hell. It's called Cold Vengeance. Now, the backstory behind this story is, our good friend, the great Dadakuji's little brother, found this episode and we all just laughed about it. So let's get into this shit. This whole episode was downright goofy. How the hell did Sabretooth even find Wolverine in the last place on Earth, minus the Savage Land, to stir up some trouble? I think the writers just needed some fillers and added Sabretooth to the fold. Did you hear the sound effects Sabretooth made when he got headbutted by Wolverine? Yeah, that noise. Yeah, he totally turned into a bitch for like 2.5 seconds. To be honest, Wolverine was only good for his one-liners because he damn sure didn't use his claws for anything. You know what his name should have been? The Wrist Grabber. Because basically that's what everyone did. They grabbed the shit out of his wrist. It was all around goofy, but we still loved it.
The old ways are no more.
3.
Huh, Slave Island. Y'all remember this episode? Slave, emphasis on slave, right? I'm just kidding, or maybe I'm not. Yeah, let's get into the episode. This was a cool episode, but it kind of turns bad really quick. So Gambit, Jubilee, and Storm were kidnapped on Genosha. As we get into this episode, we see characters that would never explain.
I am called Leader now, Mr. Gyrick.
The leader. Who the fuck is that douchebag? Doesn't ring any bells in any comic books I ever read. Next, we see a big explosion and Bolivia Trask asks the leader, who is him? Oh, you guessed it, the wild man of Borneo himself.
The wild man of Borneo. See you around.
Why is Cable in this episode? I know he's a time traveler, but it doesn't explain anything, yet he returns in the later episodes and the X-Men act like they don't even know who he was. That's some bullshit if you ask me.
No!
2.
So this is not really an episode, I just want to laugh at shit because Xavier screams. I'm gonna title Xavier Screams. Let's talk about it. Well, let's not talk about it because that's what he did when he uses his powers and it was too much power, he just passes out. I never understood that and he got the ah! That was the funniest thing. My good man GQ, cue the audio for me.
Power! 6 years old!
He's challenging me.
Weak and helpless!
Incredible! My legs!
Cannot hurt me!
Xavier!
Paul! David!
1.
And last but not least, this episode was hilarious in itself. The unstoppable Juggernaut. First off, it was cool to see Colossus in this episode, but yet he never joined the team. That would have been cool in my opinion, but for whatever reason he didn't. So Wolverine and Jubilee went to go find Colossus because they think it's the Juggernaut because, you know, the mansion got destroyed and they didn't know who the hell it was. But Wolverine can smell a mile away, but he couldn't figure out who the hell it was till he got close up to him. I call bullshit on that. After a quick tussle, the next scene, you see Rogue and Storm, Jubilee, and Wolverine meeting up to discuss Colossus getting arrested by the cops for opening up a bank account. What? That's just goofy as all hell. What's even more dumb and makes no sense is the cops carrying Colossus while he's in his metal form, a 400 to 500 pound man to be exact. What the fuck were they thinking when they wrote this puke? Huh, let me guess, Bryan Singer directed this episode because his shows in his episodes worked because it was terrible.
Thank you. I wonder if he's recyclable.
So that was my top 5 what the fuck moments in X-Men. If you like this episode and want to see more something like this or anything else that we're doing, subscribe to our channel. Yes, we on different social media platforms. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and of course YouTube. So touch that little button down there or wherever it's at and follow us, like us, love us, because we love you guys back. Peace.